This is Nia Tate. Welcome to Nia Tate's Reading Nook. I'm here to do a review on a book by author Leila Mottley, and the name of the book is called Nightcrawling. The book was published on June 7th, 2002, and it has 387 pages. Um, this book was published by by Knopf Publishing Group, and it was a part of Oprah's book club last year, which is how I actually heard about the book. I had put the book for a to read, and I just got to it this past week. So, um, I always like to review or talk about the cover of books because I just find them kind of fascinating, and I have to admit that if the book has a good cover, I'm gonna at least pick it up and flip through it. It's gonna pull me in. It's gonna pull me in. I've gotten better though. I haven't fallen for the okey doke all the way, but it just depends. Sometimes I will buy a book because of the cover. I'm will. I know don't judge a book by the cover, but I'll do it if you're good enough. The cover on this one is quite different and it's very striking. Uh, Her face is hidden. The lead character, I guess that's who it's supposed to be on here, and it's really nice. It's different, and I like it with the hair, and it's very apropos to what's going on in the book. So let me read the synopsis of the book to you. This book centers on Kiara and her brother Marcus. They are scraping by in an East Oakland apartment complex optimistically called the Regal High. Both have dropped out of high school, their family fractured by death in prison. But while Marcus clings to his dream of rap stardom, Kiara hunts for work to pay their rent, which has more than doubled, and to keep the 9-year-old boy next door, abandoned by his mother, safe and fed. One night, what begins as a drunken misunderstanding with a stranger turns into the job Kiara never imagined wanting but now desperately needs: night crawling. Her world breaks open even further when her name surfaces in an investigation that exposes her as a key witness in a massive scandal within the Oakland Police Department. So, that is the synopsis of the book. This book is heavy. It's very heavy, and to be honest, I really I mean, it was next up on my to read, and I had definitely read the synopsis, but I don't know, I didn't think that it would kind of hit me as hard as it did. This is not the book for me to start off top of my year with. I actually had to read something much lighter uh, after this to kind of reset myself because this is this book is heavy, and it has a lot of things. It really touched me, and it really stayed with me. I have to say the author does a very good job of connecting you to her characters, all of the characters in the book, all of them, even the characters that just had a minimal uh, 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 time in the book. You still wanted to know more about them. And when I first um, this book was so heavy, I actually had to put it down for a few days because, man, this young lady goes through so much, and she's caught up in such a web through so many circumstances that are not even her doing. Her parents. I'm not going to give away the spoilers, but she is without parents, orphan. She's 17. Her brother is not much older than her, and I was just very frustrated with him at some points of the book, but then I had to remember that he's young too. These kids are out here on their own trying to make it, and in this world which can be so cruel and so mean, and to see her get involved just so easily. As the saying goes, trouble easy to get into, but hard to get out. She just fell into a bad spiral, and she wasn't a bad kid. She was just somebody who was trying to survive and didn't have, anyone to look out for her, to help her. And I don't know, that brother Marcus, I just, he finally kind of came to light, but it was kind of too late. Like, come on, bro, she needs some help. You see what's going on, but it was just it was a very easy flowing book. It was very it didn't I wasn't bored. I didn't get to a point where I was like, okay, what's happening now? It kept me really interested in what was going on. Um, because the way she wrote this, Kara is really a character that you're pulling for. You really want her to win. You want something to happen that's gonna, you know, that's gonna save her. I want to save her. That's just how good she wrote these characters. And I have to admit um, that I think I misjudged this when I went to um, review it. But um, but that was because of it wasn't the writing in the book, and it wasn't the content of the book. It was how it made me feel, so when I kind of took a break back, I went back and I actually changed my review, and I'll tell you what I reviewed it. But I just wanted to do a couple of quotes from the book. One of the quotes in here is like, um, uh, just because it ain't simple don't mean it's got to be complicated. And another quote is, he doesn't understand. Kara's talking about her brother Marcus, and she says, he doesn't understand. We don't got the luxury of effing up, not right now. So um, I don't even want to say I enjoyed this book. I think it's a great book. I think it would be an excellent movie. I mean, this was part of Oprah's book club. I mean, I could see her making a movie on her network about this because it's very timely, it's very moving, and also with the whole Oakland scandal part of the book, which is true, by the way, is that's a true story, and how the author wove it into the story so seamlessly, and it just fit perfectly. And something that was extremely unfortunate, and it also makes you think of not only the scandal itself, but the people that it affected. And that's just so very disheartening that something like that actually happened, that the police were actually involved in Oakland in prostitution of young girls and trafficking. I mean, crazy. So like I said, the book, it definitely didn't stall. It flowed really well. It was a very timely story, and it was something that stayed with me, and that's why I changed my review on it, because I initially reviewed it a 3.5, but I went back and I gave it 5 stars, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because for me, a 5-star book is a book that once I'm done with the book, I'm still thinking about it. The next day, 2 days later, I finished the book on Monday. Today is Friday, and I'm still thinking about bits and pieces of it. Not because it didn't make sense, or not because I didn't feel it was. Some books leave you where you feel like it's incomplete. Like, oh, this didn't happen. No, because those characters touched me. The way she wrote it. Like I said, I wanted to save, Kiara. It really really had a lasting effect on me. So I rate this book a 5. Would I recommend this book? Absolutely. But I will say that you have to be in the right frame of mind. You got to know that, like I said, this is deep, dark stuff. It's serious. It's serious. It's it could be triggering for some because of some of the events that happened in the book, but I definitely do not regret reading it. I only thing I regret is that I didn't read it sooner. Like I said, it came out last year, but my goal is to kind of finish everything that's on my to be read list from last year. Well, most of everything on my to be read list, and then start on this year. So that is the goal. So, Nightcrawling by Leila Mottley is a excellent book. I highly recommend it. And if you've read this book, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know um, um, how did you feel about it. And another thing I want to note is the author actually started writing this book when she was 17 years old herself. That's amazing to me. Like, wow. And she is a good writer. I cannot wait to see what else she does as she grows in her career and in her life, because she can spin a character, and that is not easy to do. She can connect you to a character. And for me, that's part of one of the things that I love about reading, where it takes you places. It actually takes you there. And this took me there. I didn't want to go there, and it wasn't a pleasant place to be, but the way she wrote it, I could feel the tension, I could feel the hurt, I could feel the pain, I could feel the desperation. And she did that. So kudos to her. And that's pretty much all I have to say about it. I will be doing some more reviews on other books and novels that I'm reading. This is my channel. Welcome. Please feel free to discuss. Like I said, let me know if you read this book. What did you think about it? If whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. I mean, we all have different tastes. What I like, you might like. What you like, I might not like. So it's cool. Um, but I just want us all to be respectful of each other's opinion. So thank you so much for listening to this review, and I'll talk to you next time. Happy reading.